You know that feeling? You pour everything into an Instagram post, the visuals are killer, the caption's perfect after like a dozen tweaks, and then crickets. Barely a ripple.
Oh, yeah. Feels like shouting into the void sometimes, doesn't it?
Exactly. Getting your stuff seen organically these days can be a real uphill battle. So today, we're going to dig deep into a really powerful strategy: Instagram paid promotion.
Hmm.
Think of it as, the smart way to give your very best content the spotlight it deserves and, crucially, drive actual results.
Right, not just vanity metrics.
Definitely. Whether you're maybe a small business owner trying to find new customers, or an influencer looking to expand your reach, or even a marketer wanting a more impactful approach, this deep dive is for you.
Yeah, it applies across the board.
And speaking of getting a bit of a leg up on social media, if you are looking for a way to maybe give your profiles an initial boost, you might want to check out rapidboost.net.
Worth a look.
So yeah, check that out. But now let's really get into how to strategically use paid promotion to cut through all that noise on Instagram.
Okay.
Our mission today really is to understand why just relying on organic reach often leaves you wanting more, and how paid promotion can actually unlock a much, much wider audience.
It's a really fundamental shift, the way Instagram operates now. The days where you can just post amazing content and expect like a huge chunk of your followers to see it,
Hmm.
they're kind of gone.
Especially for business accounts, right?
Exactly.
Yeah.
Especially for business accounts.
Yeah.
On average, you might only see about, 13% of your total followers
Yeah.
actually engaging with a single organic post?
Wow, 13%.
Yeah, think about it. If you have 1,000 followers, that's maybe just over 100 people actually seeing what you shared organically.
That's quite the reality check. So even if you're making fantastic stuff consistently, the sheer volume of content out there and how the algorithm works means your message just gets
It
lost.
easily gets buried. Yeah.
So, okay, with those organic reach challenges, how does paid promotion step in as like a powerful alternative?
Right. And that's where Instagram's own Boots tool comes in. It offers a pretty accessible way uh, to take your existing posts, the ones that are already good, and turn them into targeted ads.
Targeted being the key word there.
Absolutely. You're moving past just hoping your followers scroll past it at the right time. You're actively putting it in front of specific people.
And the data backs this up, doesn't it? I remember seeing figures about engagement really climbing for brands that mix paid promotion with their regular organic stuff.
Oh, definitely. There are studies showing brands that strategically weave paid promotion into their organic efforts. They often see engagement rates jump by like 20 to 30%.
That's a pretty significant lift.
It really is. And what's super powerful is that paid promotion lets you reach people who aren't already following you. You're tapping into completely new pools of potential customers or followers.
That's the real game changer, isn't it? Getting outside your existing bubble. You mentioned a story earlier about a bakery in London.
Yes. A fantastic example of this working in the real world. It was this local bakery, right? They put about 100 pounds, so not a huge amount, into boosting over a month.
Okay.
They focused specifically on boosting their daily Instagram stories and one carousel post that had already done pretty well organically.
Smart.
Yeah.
Building on success.
Exactly. And the results were, frankly, remarkable. They tripled their usual audience reach.
Tripled. Wow.
Yeah. They saw a 37% jump in website traffic.
Mhm.
And get this, their cake decorating workshop completely sold out.
Sold out. See, that's what matters.
Precisely. It just hammers home that effective paid promotion isn't about chasing likes. It's about getting those tangible business results that actually move the needle.
Okay, so the why is crystal clear now. But obviously, you can't just chuck money at any old post and expect magic, right? What makes a post a good candidate for boosting?
You've hit the nail on the head. You need to be strategic with your budget. Before you even think about boosting, dive into your Instagram insights. Like, really look at it.
Okay. What am I looking for?
Identify the posts that have already done well organically.
Mm-hmm.
Which ones got the most likes, the most shares, the most saves? Saves are a big indicator.
Ah, saves. Good point.
These metrics show that the content is already resonating with your current audience. So they've got a much better chance of performing even better when you amplify them with paid reach.
Makes total sense. Don't amplify a dud. Are there specific types of content that generally work better when boosted?
Yeah, there are definitely trends. Video, for instance. It consistently grabs attention faster. It's dynamic. It mimics real life, allows for better storytelling. people connect with it.
And the numbers support that.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
Videos tend to pull in around 38% more engagement than static photos.
Mm-hmm.
So short, snappy reels, maybe with captions, delivering a clear message, often very effective for boosting.
Okay, Reels. What else?
Then you've got carousels. They can sometimes even double your engagement compared to a single image post.
Double. Wow.
Yeah, they're brilliant for telling a story, showing a process like a step-by-step guide, that kind of thing.
Right, keep people swiping.
Exactly. And never underestimate a really clear call to action, a CTA. Posts that literally tell people what to do next. Shop now, learn more, DM us for the details. They see a massive 45% higher click-through rate when they're promoted.
45% higher CTR just by being clear. That's huge. Okay, those are really practical tips. What about the look and feel, the visuals themselves? Anything specific to keep in mind for paid reach?
Oh, absolutely critical. Think about how fast people scroll through their Instagram feed. Your content needs to visually stop them. High contrast visuals are key.
Like bold colors.
Bold color, yeah, sharp contrast between elements. And try to keep text overlays minimal. Let the visual breathe.
Good tip. And branding.
Branding needs to be on point, but maybe subtle. Consistent use of your brand's fonts and colors, maybe a small logo placement. It helps with brand recall, even if they just glance at it while scrolling.
Right, subconscious recognition.
Exactly.
Yeah.
And always, always remember, design for mobile first. Over 98% of Instagram users are on their phones.
98%? Okay, so it has to look good
Oh.
small.
Yep. Make sure your visuals crop well in different formats, like square or vertical for stories, and make sure any text is super easy to read on a small screen. No squinting allowed.
Got it. Mobile first. And it's not just what you post, but when you boost matters too, right?
Hugely. Timing can make or break your boost's effectiveness. You've got to use your Instagram insights again here.
Find the peak times.
Pinpoint when your specific target audience is most active on the platform. Boosting your posts to coincide with those peak activity windows just gives you way more visibility and engagement, bang for your buck.
Makes sense. Catch them when they're there.
And also think about seasonality. Can you tie your boosts into seasonal promotions, holidays, maybe even relevant trending hashtags? That taps into existing interest in searches.
Smart. Leverage what's already happening. Okay, so the content's optimized, timing's considered. Now, the big one. How do we make sure we're showing it to the right people? This is where targeting gets complex, I guess.
It can seem complex, but Instagram gives you a pretty amazing targeting toolkit. To
Right.
start with the basics.
Yeah.
Demographic filters, age, gender, location. Pretty standard stuff.
Okay.
But then it gets really interesting. You can target based on a huge range of interests. Fitness, travel, food, tech, you name it. Very specific niches too, like sustainable fashion or, vintage synth collectors.
Wow, really niche.
Yeah. And Instagram also uses behavioral data, things like activity, online purchase intent signals. Plus, if you have your own customer data, custom audiences are incredibly powerful.
How do they work? Like uploading an email list?
Exactly. You can upload customer lists or target people who've already engaged with your Instagram profile or website.
Yeah.
Super valuable.
And then there are lookalike audiences. Those always sound almost too good to be true. How effective are they really?
They can be incredibly effective for scaling your reach to new but still relevant people. Basically, you give Instagram a source audience, like your best customers, maybe from that email list, and you tell it, go find me more people who look like these people. People with similar demographics, interests, online behaviors.
So it finds potential new customers who share traits with your existing good ones.
Precisely. Remember that sustainable fashion brand example? They use their Shopify email list of high-value customers to create a lookalike audience. Their click-through rates on boosted posts doubled in just 2 weeks.
Doubled the CTR. That's finding the right people.
It really is. It helps you find those high-potential customers you probably wouldn't have reached otherwise.
Okay, that's powerful for finding new people. What about warming up people who've already shown some interest but maybe didn't buy or sign up?
That's where retargeting is your friend. It's a super effective tactic for nurturing those leads.
So showing ads again to people who visited your site.
Yeah, or people who viewed a specific product but didn't add it to cart, or maybe someone who watched part of your video ad but didn't click. You could show specific boosted posts just to them.
Reminding them, essentially.
Reminding them, maybe offering a small discount, giving them another reason to take that next step. It's about staying top of mind with people already in your funnel.
Makes sense. And you mentioned A/B testing.
Always be testing. A/B testing is crucial. Test different audience segments against each other, test different ad creatives, different images, different headlines, different CTAs.
See what works best.
Exactly. Over time, you learn so much about what resonates with different groups, which helps you optimize your spending and get better results.
This really is turning into quite a strategic playbook. Okay, let's talk money, the budget. How do we figure out how much to spend, and how do we know if it's actually, working, paying off?
Yeah, budget is key, especially if you're just starting out or have limited funds.
Hmm.
The usual advice is solid. Start small,
Like how small?
especially when you're testing things, new audiences, new creatives. Maybe like $10 or $25 per post just for those initial tests. See what happens.
Okay, dip your toe in.
Right. Then, once you see something performing well, that's when you can start scaling up the budget for that specific post or audience.
Makes sense. And the daily versus lifetime budget thing.
Good question. Daily budgets are generally better for ongoing boosts, maybe for evergreen content you always want running. Lifetime budgets are better for specific campaigns with a set end date, like a holiday sale. You tell Instagram, spend this total amount over this period.
Got it. And tracking ROI. What's the key metric?
The absolute key metric is your cost per result. What does it cost you to get the result you actually want? That might be cost per click, CPC, or cost per engagement. But ideally, it's cost per conversion if you're tracking sales, leads, signups.
Focus on the actual business outcome.
Exactly. Instagram also offers different bid strategies. Automatic is the default and often fine, but for more control, especially if it's competitive, you might look into manual bidding, where you set a maximum price you're willing to pay per result.
More advanced, but more control. What about, say, a solo influencer just starting out, limited budget? What targeting should they focus on first?
For a solo influencer, I'd say really nail the interest-based targeting first. Get super specific about the interests, hobbies, and maybe even other accounts that their ideal follower profile engages with. Start narrow and focused.
Okay, interest targeting first. So it sounds like this isn't a set it and forget it kind of deal. You can't just set the budget and walk away.
No, absolutely not. You need to be actively monitoring and optimizing. It's essential for getting the best ROI.
What does that look like day to day?
Well, don't be afraid to turn off boosts that just aren't performing after a day or maybe two. If the cost per result is way too high, cut your losses.
Be ruthless.
A little bit.
Mm-hmm.
Conversely, if a post is killing at really low cost per result, great engagement, consider giving it more budget. Double down on what works.
Makes sense. Where do you track all this?
Regularly check your Instagram insights for sure. But for more detailed data, you'll want to get familiar with the Meta Ad Manager. It's a more powerful platform behind the scenes for both Facebook and Instagram ads.
Beyond the simple boost post button.
Exactly. Ad Manager gives you much richer data where clicks are coming from, conversion breakdowns by demographics, device types, all sorts of stuff.
And remember, focus on the real metrics, right?
Always. Likes and reach are nice, but track what matters to your goals. Website visits, DMs asking for info, app downloads, actual sales, email signups. Use UKM parameters in your links or set up unique landing pages so you can clearly track where those results came from.
UTMs. Okay, crucial for tracking. So we've covered what kind of content performs well visually and structurally. Are there specific types of posts that are generally solid choices for promotion?
Definitely. Think about your evergreen content first. Those really valuable tutorials, how-to guides, maybe foundational posts about your brand's mission, things that stay relevant. Boosting those can pay off long-term.
Good point. What else?
User-generated content, or UGC. If you have great customer reviews or photos people have shared using your product, boosting those builds massive trust and social proof. It feels more authentic.
Yeah, leveraging your happy customers. Smart.
And similarly, any content that's already showing strong organic social proof, maybe it has tons of positive comments, lots of shares. Maybe an influencer mentioned you boosting that just amplifies the buzz that's already there.
Ride the wave.
Exactly. And don't forget about tapping into trends or real-time moments. If something relevant is blowing up and you have content that fits, a quick boost can give you a nice short-term visibility spike.
Okay, be agile. And where do these boosted posts actually show up for users? We see them in the main feed, obviously, but are there other spots?
Yep, Instagram gives you options for placement. The main feed is one, obviously. Then there's Stories, the Explore tab, and also Reels.
And they each have different strengths.
Totally. Stories are great for time-sensitive stuff, flash sales, event promos, behind-the-scenes action, and you can use interactive stickers like polls or quizzes in boosted stories too, which is cool. The main feed is generally better for those more polished brand announcements or eye-catching product shots. And Reels, well, they're built for that short form, often energetic or viral style video content. The more native a boosted reel feels, the better it usually does.
Blend in a bit more. Okay, this is all super valuable, but it feels like paid promotion shouldn't just live in its own little world, separate from your regular organic Instagram strategy, right? How do you weave them together?
Oh, 100%. You absolutely need to integrate them. Think of boosting as an accelerant for your organic growth, not a replacement or a separate
An
thing.
accelerator, I like that.
Yeah. So try to build some initial momentum organically first. Post your content, reply to comments, use good hashtags, see if it starts getting some natural traction.
Let it breathe a bit first.
Exactly. Then, when you see a post starting to perform well organically, that's often the perfect time to hit it with a strategic boost to really amplify that early interest. That organic proof can actually make the paid boost perform better.
Interesting synergy.
Definitely. And don't just get new eyeballs with the boost and then forget about them. Nurture that new audience you've reached.
How do you do that?
Guide them towards your stories for follow-ups. Maybe do an exclusive Q&A session in a live. For people who came from the ad, offer behind-the-scenes stuff. Make them feel welcome.
Turn reach into community.
That's the goal. Drive real conversions by encouraging that paid audience to actually become active members. Maybe run a giveaway just for new followers from the boost, offer a small VIP discount, create useful Instagram guides that link related boosted content together.
Nice ideas. Keep them engaged.
And finally, track your growth holistically. Use integrated dashboards like Meta's Business Suite to see how your paid boosts are actually impacting your organic metrics over time. Follower growth, post saves, overall engagement trends. See the whole picture.
Okay, seeing the whole picture is key. So to wrap this section up, if you had to boil it down, what are the absolute must-do actionable takeaways for our listeners to start using paid promotion effectively, like right now?
Okay, let's do a quick action plan. Number 1, audit your posts weekly. Use your insights to find those top organic performers that are ripe for boosting.
Got it. Audit weekly.
Number 2, customize your targeting. Get precise with custom audiences and definitely experiment with lookalike and retargeting audiences. Don't just use the defaults.
Refine targeting. Okay.
3, A/B test your creatives constantly. Test headlines, visuals, CTAs, even just small tweaks. Use small budgets for these tests before you commit more money.
Always be testing. Number 4.
Set a realistic budget that aligns with your actual goals and only scale up spending on posts that are proving they deliver a positive ROI. Don't throw good money after bad.
Budget smartly, scale based on ROI. 5.
Track the deep metrics. Go beyond likes and reach. Use UTMs, track clicks, track actual conversions, track meaningful engagement like saves and shares.
Track what matters. And last one.
Number 6, iterate and refine. Look at the data regularly and adjust your strategy. What's working? Do more of that. What's not? Stop doing it or change it. Let the data guide you.
Awesome. Audit, target, test, budget, track, iterate.
Okay.
That's a solid plan. This has been a really, really illuminating deep dive into Instagram paid promotion.
Glad we could cover it.
It's so clear that it's way more than just clicking that boost post button, isn't it? It's this dynamic, ongoing process. It involves creativity, yeah, but also really precise targeting and constant optimization.
It really is a strategic game.
And like we said, in today's digital world, everyone else is out there competing for attention too. So hopefully the tips and strategies we've talked through today will really empower you, the listener, to be way more strategic with your ad spend.
Spend smarter, not necessarily harder.
Exactly. And achieve results that are actually meaningful beyond just, seeing a bigger reach number. So I really encourage you to think beyond just boosting for boosting's sake. Think about how one strategically boosted post aimed at just the right niche audience with a really compelling call to action, how that could create this amazing ripple effect of real engagement and actual growth way beyond what you initially spent.
It's about starting valuable interactions.
Totally. So the final thought to leave you with is this. What kind of meaningful conversations could you spark with your next boosted post?